Good evening, meteorologist Caleb Seaver here in the University of South Alabama Atmos Center taking a look at your forecast where we start things off with a view of last night's sunset. Beautiful sunset last night across the Gulf Coast thanks to some of those high clouds we had in place, but if you went outside to see tonight's sunset, I'm sure you're well aware that it's still feeling pretty warm out there as we look across the area. Still in the upper 70s and lower 80s across the area, even here around 7:30. 77 in Evergreen and Bay Minette, 82 in Monroeville, 80 in Mobile, 76 down in Pascagoula. Same story in the Florida Panhandle where we're at 80 in Pensacola, 82 in Fort Walton Beach. As we go throughout the rest of the night though, expect things to cool off pretty nicely. Down into the middle 60s across much of the area, a little warmer closer to the coast, but 66 in Chatham, Thomasville, and Monroeville, 71 in Pensacola, 69 down in Fort Walton Beach, 69 in Mobile and Fairhope, 70 in Pascagoula and Gulfport. These cooler temperatures, though, won't stick with us long tomorrow morning as we warm up pretty quickly. As you wake up tomorrow morning, things around 71 at 7 a.m. before warming to around 80 by 9 a.m. and then upper 80s by 11 a.m. where we're at 86 under those sunny, clear skies that we've seen a lot of lately. Rain chances tomorrow at only around 0%, which isn't going to help the drought we have going on. Climate Prediction Center placing parts of our area under a moderate drought in their latest outlook, with parts of Monroe, Escambia, Baldwin, Mobile, and Washington counties seeing some of those drought conditions. And when that new map releases tomorrow, which only comes out once a week, expect it to look a little worse due to that lack of rain we've had lately. And the bad news is, even looking beyond this week, things aren't really going to get much better then either, as rain chances for the next 7 days looking pretty low. Through Sunday, rain chances at 0% before hopping up to around 20 to 30% by the early part of next week. But even then, don't expect anything widespread or too meaningful, just maybe a scattered, isolated pop-up thunderstorm or two. But most of us staying dry. Good news is, with those dry conditions, beach is a great place to be this weekend. No rain chances around, temperatures in the upper 80s, but the rip current risk is low. So great time to go enjoy the Gulf while you still can before those water temperatures start to cool off. Only problem might be that very high UV index, so just make sure you're wearing sunscreen if you're headed out to any of our area beaches this weekend. As for the tropics, nothing going to affect the Gulf Coast anytime soon, but we do have a new storm. Tropical Storm Gabrielle is formed in the Central Pacific, now with winds of 50 miles per hour, with pressure of 1,005 millibars and moving to the northwest. Here's a view of it here, where it's pretty one-sided, but far away from impacting any areas of land. And as we look at that track, we'll see, even in the near future, not really going to affect much of anybody. Gabrielle expected to recurve in the central Atlantic, where it will stay far away from the mainland U.S. or Gulf. As for us here locally, pretty simple forecast. As we've seen a lot of lately, temperatures in the mid to upper 90s over the next few days. Sunny, clear skies before rain chances come up slightly early half of next week. Low temperatures at around 70 degrees.